Hello and welcome everyone back to another Bedrock Edition tutorial video, guys. This one was also requested and I'd planned on doing it anyways. And thank you for joining me here under the ocean, by the way. Guys, today I'm going to show you the easiest, simplest, game-changing way to find your spawning spaces for the Guardian spawning. And also, we're going to build a Guardian farm, version 2. So I'm going to show you guys how to build the second version of my Guardian farm. If you haven't checked it out already, I have a really nice Guardian farm, but you're not going to need to check it out because you're going to like this one more than likely, and you're going to build this one because it's going to be great. All right, so let's get to it. All right, the first step, guys, is you're going to find your northwest corner of your ocean monument. All right, now this ocean monument is on this side. You're going to need a map, a locator map for this. Once you find the northwest corner and you're standing in that corner, you should be staring at the monument. Your little icon here should be facing southeast. That way you'll know you're in the northwest corner. If you're not for sure what the northwest means, if you know your left and right, you're going to be standing on the corner of this monument. You're going to face where you're pointing upwards. Your little pointer is going to be pointing upwards. That is north. West is going to be pointing to the left. Just like that. So in between that is northwest. So we're now facing northwest, and we are in the northwest corner. If we turn around, pointing down is south, and pointing to the right is east. As you can see here on the map, we're pointing to the right. So in between that is southeast. All right, now that we've got that established, we're going to start in the very corner block here. Okay, we're going to go all around, and we're going to count inward 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3, just like that, and you're going to place a marker block. This is going to be one of your spawning spaces. Now you're going to go around the monument and do this in all 4 corners the same way. 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to want to indicate that that is your northwest corner in the best way possible. Either way you want to do that, there's many different ways of doing that. I can mark it with something that is unique, or you can mark it with like cobblestone wall, whatever you want to do. Just something that tells you, hey, this is my northwest corner. Okay, now that you have all 4 of your corners marked out and you know where they are, the next step, we're going to go up to the top of the center of this monument. Okay, we're going to find this hole right here in the top. There are 4 blocks missing, and you're going to find your northwest side. Okay, and we're facing in the northwest direction right now, and that is the northwest side. Okay, so we're going to turn around to the complete opposite, and we're going to place a block right there, so that we should be standing under this block facing the northwest, and we should have a gap of 3 blocks in front of us. Just like that. Now you're going to place a marker block right here on this block. That is the southwest corner. I don't want to confuse you. Southeast corner, excuse me, of this center hole. So when you stand on it, you will be facing northwest. Once you have your 4 corners marked out and your center point marked out, just come over here to one side or any side, doesn't matter which side. You're going to line up with these outside exterior blocks just like this. You're going to come down to the floor level, and you're going to bridge across under your feet now that you're lined up. Okay, and you're going to line yourself up with this center block here, and you're going to bring that pillar all the way up. Alright guys, just go ahead and do the same thing on all the other 3 sides, and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, and go ahead and bring up your 4 corners as well. Okay, I wanted to do this one more time, just to make sure no one missed it. You're going to look at that center block, line yourself up with that set of blocks. Alright, and then line yourself up with that set of blocks that are on all 4 corners, and place the block right there at your feet. Bring that pillar all the way up, preferably with no squids, and make sure it's at the surface or within a couple blocks of the surface. You should have 3, 6, 7, 8 of these pillars that look just like this. Now you're going to go ahead and bring this one up too until you get to the part of doing anything with it. This way you know where it's at. And it's easier to see this way. I'm going to go ahead and leave that one at the top. Okay, we're going to come back to the northwest corner here once again. Make sure you are in the northwest corner. All right. We're going to count over 10 blocks. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. But we're not going to place a block here. It's going to be the next one after. So block number 11 will be your block. You're going to run that all the way up to the surface. Or again, 2 blocks below. All right. We're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to count over 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11th block right there. Okay. Run that up to the surface. All right. Now, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to get in line with this pillar on the diagonal. And we're going to look straight at that block in the center. We're going to come across until we meet up with these pillars. So it looks like right here, I'm lined up with that one. I'm lined up with that one. And boom, there's the next pillar. All right. Got a little carried away with the blocks. There we go. And okay, we're good. All right. Now you have that side. All you have to do is just come across, line yourself up with this pillar right here, and that pillar, and build a pillar right here. It's that simple. You're going to do the same thing again right here, coming down this way, find this next pillar right here, lined up with the center pillar, lined up with that pillar. You're going to go straight down, place another pillar. Perfect. Now you have all of those. Now let's go back to the southwest corner, or the, excuse me, the southeast corner. All right, let's go to the southeast corner. We're going to do the same thing here, except the numbers are going to be different. So we're going to go ahead and finish the other pillars on the outside edges. And to do this, we're going to follow this row right here. We're going to come across and follow up with this one and that one. We're going to drop down, place one here. We're going to count 9 blocks. Now, just so you know where we're at, that is the northwest corner. This will be the actual southwest corner. Just so you know on the map, we're going to go to the outside corner here. We're facing south, and we're facing west. In the corner of that is southwest. Okay? If you do not know north, south, east, and west very well, I suggest you practice that before you build this. Okay? We're going to count across 9 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're going to place a block on block number 10. All right, and it's going to line up with those. Now the next thing we're going to do, we're going to pillar that up. Then we're going to meet it up with these blocks here. Okay, we're going to get in line with these pillars, just like this. Then we're going to get in line with that pillar and build one straight up. All right. Now that that's done, we can go ahead and put a pillar here in line with this one. And the good news is it lines us up with the outside one here as well. We already know this is the outside right here because I can see those pillars. We're going to go straight on up. That should be the same height. All right, now all we have to do is find out this row, and we're done. Okay, so now we are at the southeast corner. Okay, facing south, facing east, southeast. All right, moving on. Now from here, we're going to do some more counting. All we need to do is count over 9 blocks, and we're going to count in the direction of west. Okay, we're going to count towards that pillar there. So we're going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and place a block on number 10. Then we're going to count in 9 blocks as well, but we don't really have to. And it will take us in line with these, which would be right here. Okay, we already have some blocks here, so it's no big deal. All right, this will be the last pillar on this side. We'll go ahead and get these marked out so we know where they are. I'm not sure what's going on with this kelp. All right, this southeast corner is complete. Now all we have to do is just match up these pillars like this. Make sure you're in line. Make sure you're in line. Moving up. All right. That simple. Gonna do the same thing over here. Right here. We're gonna match up with that. We're gonna turn and match up with that. And we'll build a pillar right here. Now all we have to do is bring this one out to the edge. Build a pillar right here. Just remember, line up with those and line up with that one. As you can see, these are in line. These are in line. And that is golden. Now let's go ahead and get this outside one here. And you're going to run around this thing and make sure you didn't miss a pillar. It should look just like this once you have it completed. Now, your spawning spaces have been identified. Now, let's talk about spawn prevention. Okay, to prevent your spawns from going anywhere else, you're going to want to go inside this monument, and you're going to have to bring all of these pillars down to the actual floor of the monument. The floor is this prismarine block that has nothing underneath it. Now, there are pillars. You don't have to worry about going underneath pillars because the pillars are solid. So all you have to do is bring these pillars down, boom, just like that, the ones that you created. And you're going to have to do that on every single pillar all the way around this monument. And I suggest the best way on the outside edges is just to break the block down here near them. And just boom, boom, 2 blocks underneath. And you're golden. Just like that. Now the hardest ones are going to be the ones on the inside. You're going to have to fight some guardians. You're going to have to clear the monument out either way. So my suggestion is to do this as quickly as possible with some water breathing potion. And then go through and clear the monument out after the fact. Don't worry about trying to do it beforehand too much. You are going to have to get rid of the Elder Guardians though, or they will give you the mining fatigue. One other thing to note. On this pillar here, if you have this situation going on where these archways are, okay, you're going to want to bring that pillar all the way down to the monument level of the floor. The monument floor is the spawning level for these guardians. They will not spawn underneath. They just don't. Alright, so bring all of your spawning blocks on all the pillars down, as I mentioned before, to the monument floor. That is a very important step. I cannot stress that enough. Okay, once you're finished with that, you should have something that looks like this. Now, I want to go ahead and note at this time, keep in mind that all monuments are turned different directions. So you're going to get a monument that may not be facing the same way as mine. So do not place these blocks just by what you see. You have to use the numbers, and you have to do them in the cross sections as I showed you. You cannot place the blocks where you see them placed on the monument, on your monument, because your monument might be facing a different way. Another thing to note, because every world is different, my guardians are spawning on top of my blocks. See that one over there? Now I'll show you why that is, because my water level is at my ocean level starts at 62. Okay, some start a little different than others. 63, 62. So keep that in mind. And for safety's sake, just do one block below the ocean surface if you want, and you should be fine. Personally, I prefer to take the pillars all the way up. Some people actually don't like the way that looks, so that's fine. But if you do have a problem, just take the pillar all the way to the surface and you won't have to worry about it. Okay guys, now for the killing and collection system. We're going to find the southeast corner, which is where I'm standing currently, or flying above. The southeast corner here, and we're going to need these 4 pillars right here, 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 and here. Okay, we're going to go down on the second pillar. Doesn't matter which second pillar. We're going to go down 1, 2, 3, and 4 blocks. Now, from the surface, that's going to be the 5th block. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to come out 3 blocks on both sides. This is where your floor is going to be. You do not have to do this out of glass, but I suggest that you do, so you don't have problems with mobs spawning on it. Okay, and we're going to bring this platform all the way across, and we're actually going to go 3 blocks all the way around all of these pillars. Okay, once you've done that, it should look like this. Now, you're going to take the final wall here, and you're going to build a wall all the way to the surface, all the way around this entire floor that you just built. And it should look like this. Now we're going to drain all of this water. Now that each pillar is at level 61, this is going to be your spawning area. We're going to build a Trident killer. So we're going to build up to the south of this block. If you're facing downward on the map, that is south. We're going to place blocks here. We're going to place blocks here. This would be on your east side. All right. Now, we're going to get materials for a Trident killer. We're going to also need a slab, a trapdoor will work. All right. So we're going to put a piston on this south side block, just like that. Okay, now we're going to block the rest of this up. We're going to skip a block, and we're going to place one on the second, just like that. Okay, we're going to skip a block on this side. Build it up just like that. You should have a 3-block space down in there. This is not super important, but it is going to be where your collection is going to be. So it is kind of important. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put in the rest of our blocks. I suggest you use a different color block, so that way you know what's what. You're going to need, honestly, to use ice anyways. So go ahead and use ice. Packed ice or blue ice is best, because those blocks will not melt. It's a very good idea to go ahead and just make the top block here out of ice. All right. Now let's go ahead and build the rest of these. All right, I've got the ice in and the temporary blocks on, or permanent blocks, doesn't really matter. Now, we got a piston on the south side of each one of these, just like this. And we're going to build a Trident killer. You all know how to build a Trident killer by now, I'm sure. I'm going to show you how to build one, and then we're going to move forward, and I'm going to build the rest of them by myself. All right, we're going to go ahead and skip a block, skip a block, skip a block. Okay, then these Trident killers are going to be special. They're not going to be like your typical Trident killer. You're going to place a solid block on the top of each one of these pistons. On every one of these. Okay. Now, you're going to get a redstone torch. You're going to come to the side over here in the corner. Place a redstone torch on each one of these in the corner. Just like that. We're going to put observer on the side of that redstone torch. Like that. And here. And here. And then the same over here. Okay. Now you have your Trident killer is pretty much close to complete. Now we are going to build the collection system. Alright, the collection system, we're going to put a trapdoor on the bottom of this observer right here. Then a glass block there. And we're going to break this glass block underneath the trapdoor. Okay, we're going to place another block here. And we're going to box this in so that the items should come out and they'll fall down. And we're going to put one more block there. This is where the item collection is going to start. Alright, let's finish up this Trident killer. We're going to block off this side. And this side. And this side. Alright, now we're going to place a button on the sides of this piston. Which you can place a glass block on the back of this piston. We're going to place a button here and here on the sides of this piston. Do the same thing to this one. But we're not going to put a button on this piston. Okay, now we're going to waterlog 3 of the 4 pistons. This piston does not get waterlogged. We're only going to waterlog this one, this one, and this one. Okay, all 3 of those should be waterlogged, and when they are, they should form a proper water vortex that goes out through this trapdoor. So any items you throw in here, or any items that get dropped into here, will come out the side just like that. Perfect. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these, and then I'll get back with you. Okay, once you've got them all completed, you're just going to find the approximated center to the room. It's not going to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, you're going to mark this area with 1 block. Okay, you're going to bring these others out to meet this block. You're going to stop short and leave this channel open. Do the same thing on this side. Okay, you're going to box up behind it, just like this. And you're going to make a guide so that your items do not get lost. Just like that. Alright, and we're going to lead this all the way. These are your side walls. You're going to lead these all the way to that center block in the room. Alright, now your items are going to fall off into this channel and get carried to the center for collection. Go ahead and place your water in there. And we're going to work on a way to stop the water in just a second. Once you've got the channels completed, then you can place a button right here that will stop the water flow there, and place a button right here that should stop the water flow there. After that, place your water down there at the end of this channel, or the beginning, whatever you want to call it. Now you have your water flow system. Your items should flow properly. Now just cover it over with some blocks. I suggest you start on the observer, work your way out, and then go across to bring it down. Start on the observer, work your way across, bring it down. Okay? Now you can go ahead and bring this across. Now you have that item system. The next thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to connect this up with the other side. Okay, let's go ahead and bring this across to the center point, which is here. We're going to bring this one across. Perfect. I'm going to bring it across on all sides. Alright, we're going to go ahead and place our button here. And either one of these blocks is fine. Place in the water. Then do the glass work. Again, you don't have to use glass for this. Glass just looks better. It looks way better. Way better than anything else. Alright, so the back side here, you're just going to box this in. And you're going to create that channel all the way down. Place in your water. And that portion is complete. All of your items, as well as your XP, is going to be funneled into here. go ahead and just block this up. Block up the top portion here. All right, now we're gonna box around this and leave this open, but we're gonna drop down in the center and place a button on the sides of each one of these. The next step is going to be placing in a block of ice on the floor under that button, and then a piece of soul sand right under your feet. Okay, should look like that. Now we're gonna place in a bucket of water just to get that started. Perfect. So now anything that goes in the Trident killer should get spit out in the center, straight up to the player. All right, now one thing I want to mention is you're going to want to come underneath of your Trident killers, each individual one. Just pick out 2 blocks, place in a couple chests off to the side underneath where the piston and the observer is. Then get a couple hoppers, put them going into that chest just like this. Place on a couple rails, block the end of that rail with a block of some sort, and then place on a couple minecart hoppers, and you're good. And that's going to collect any items, and you're going to do this on every single Trident killer. Okay, that's going to collect your items. Now you're still going to have an item transport that's going to come up to the player, and we're going to discuss that in just a moment. Now we're just going to finish the item elevator, and then we're going to box in the Trident killers and then do the redstone. Okay, so to do the AFK spot, we're going to have to go down inside here, find out what level this is. Should be 61. Yeah, I wanted to double check. And then we're going to go 24 blocks up from 61. So doing the math, that should be 85. So we're going to go ahead and make our item elevator here all the way up to 85. And here we are at 85. Now, I'm going to drop down 1 block. I'll show you why in just a moment. Okay, we've got the tube all the way up. Let's go ahead and just fill it up with water now. This is the hard part if you're in creative mode, because you have to make sure you get every single block. Survival mode, you can just do the kelp method, which is, in case you don't know, place down a block of dirt, place water at the very tippy top, grow the kelp all the way up, and then break the dirt block and replace it with soul soil, and your day is done. Alright, we have the item elevator completed. Now, we're going to build the collection. So we're going to come off of this, and we're going to make a line of hoppers. Okay, each hopper, we're going to need some temporary blocks here. Each hopper, we'll do, I don't know, 6 of these. So let's say 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We'll do 6 hoppers. We're going to place a hopper going into each one of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And these are going to be at the level of where your items come out. Okay, and we're going to put a double chest on each one of these. So let's go ahead and do that. Perfect. Now your items can't go anywhere but here. We're going to give them a 1 block allowance to jump up. And then we're going to go across the top. Alright, block that up. Actually, temporarily, I'm going to open this up so that I can place the water here. And that should flow all the way across the hoppers. And your collection up here is completed. Okay, now for the AFK spot. Pretty much all we're going to do, find level 85, which is right here. We're going to build a platform so that we can walk off and check our chests. If you want, you can build this all the way around. And look at the cute little axolotls down there in the water. Okay, to collect the XP, we're just going to come to the side of this. We're going to break this side block here and place in a trapdoor. Preferably on the top side, like that. Okay, to turn these guys on and off, you're going to want to put a block on the side of each one of these. So we're going to use this block since there's already one there. Boom, just like that. And we're going to use this block since there's one there. Get some redstone dust. We're going to lead this all into one center area. Just like this. Oh, we're going to need a block here. Put a block there. That should work perfectly. Just in case, we'll pop one on top. And we're going to lead this down. Going to bring this... Oops. All the way to the side. Okay, guys, you're going to bring this redstone dust 2 blocks out. 1, 2. From the item tube there. And then you're going to have repeaters going into that redstone on both sides of this central block. Alright, and then in the middle, you're going to actually place in a redstone block. Just like this. Alright, now you're going to connect that up with some slime blocks. So we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to say 7, 8. Right, on top of that is going to be a piston. So we're going to do a temporary block here to place in that piston. Alright, boom, just like that. Oops, I did that wrong. My bad. Okay, you should leave a gap between that piston and those slime blocks. Alright, then from here, you're going to place in another redstone block. Above this piston, 1 block above. Okay, we're going to give it slime blocks all the way up till you get to your platform. Just under your platform, you're going to need a piston. Up against the slime blocks, just like that. And you make sure you have your gaps. Alright, and then put a solid block on top of that piston. Lead the redstone to wherever you want your lever to be. Then when you work that lever, it's going to extend that piston, which is going to grab the slime blocks, and they're going to push the redstone block, which activates the piston. It's going to grab those slime blocks, and it's going to push that redstone block. That turns your farm off. Now, when you want to turn your farm back on, just flip your lever, and everything is raised up, and the farm starts working. One thing I want to add real quick, guys, do not forget to toss your tridents into your trident killers and cover over the trident killer with glass right here at the level of the observers. Do this on every single trident killer and your farm will be successful. Okay, everyone, that concludes this video. But before I go, I want to go ahead and mention a few things that I didn't get to mention yet. If you are concerned about collecting your XP, because some of it doesn't come out of the Trident killers, that just happens to be a thing. This is Bedrock after all. All you have to do is open this trapdoor on the side here. Place yourself a trapdoor on the sides of these in place of another one of these glass blocks, just like you did in the front there. And just open that up, and the XP will pour out. Okay? Do this on all of them, and any XP that's in there will pour out to you. I don't think I have any XP in them at the moment. But it's as simple as that. Any drops that do not get collected down here, so if your chests get full, those drops will go up here and get poured into these chests at the top. And you're going to collect XP that does make it up here through this trapdoor right here. Now, I did a time lapse. I collected about 10 levels just from standing right here. And then there was so much XP trapped in the Trident killers down there. So I opened the trapdoors and collected that as well. I don't remember how many levels that gave me, but I got 10 levels just from standing right here for 10 minutes. So it's not bad. Alright, I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. If you have any questions, there is a comment section down below, but please follow this tutorial exact. Please pay attention. And please try to answer your questions through the video. But if you need my help, I'm here for you, okay? I'll be in the comments. Thanks, guys. Everyone have a great morning, day, or night, and I'll see you guys later on. All right? Keep the views coming, and I'll keep the content coming. Thanks, guys. Bye, everybody.